Hello everyone. I welcome you all to this introductory video lecture on travel literature, travel writing. So before I start my lecture, I would like to post before you a few questions. We will begin this course by asking ourselves a few questions, and we'll try to answer these questions in this video lecture and in the series of lectures that is about to come. So the first question to start with is, what is travel literature? What is travel writing? And second one, how does one define travel writing? Because see, travel writing, it is a notoriously difficult genre to pin down, because it has essential qualities of multiplicities. It has multiple definitions. So it is tough to give an unproblematic definition to travel writing. So how does one define travel writing is another important question. And why does one travel? What are the kinds of travel that one engages in? See, traveling, it can be for various reasons. It can be for the sake of pleasure. It can be for the sake of sightseeing, or for the sake of pilgrimage and relocation. People relocate often, either in search of job, better education, better medical facilities, infrastructure, food, even to upgrade their lifestyle. And those who relocate in search of these things are called migrants. So there is a difference between a migrant and a refugee. A refugee, again, he relocates, but he's forced to leave his or her or one's hometown or native one's country in search of a shelter, a refuge to survive, right? It's not like a migrant relocating from his or her place to another place in search of better lifestyle. It's not like, it's about survival. So people relocate uh, as refugees during wars. They make travel. So there are various reasons why people undertake travel. And next important question we have to keep in mind as we go through this course is, what does travel mean? Is it just an external travel in space, or internal travel into yourself? See, as we travel, it's not just covering point A to point B in space, okay, geographically. It is also, see, when we undertake a journey, it's not just the journey outside, also a journey happens within you get more experiences, you get new insights, you meet new people. So you, as a traveler, as a person, you as well evolve. So what does travel mean? Is it just travel outside in space, or it is an internal travel into the self? Now, another important question we need to have in mind in this 21st century is whether technology and modernity make travel essentially modern form of exploration of places. That is another important question. So having all these questions in mind, we'll approach this course, and we'll start with the basic definition of travel. Before problematizing the definition of travel writing, we'll see we'll start with the basic understanding of travel writing. This basic question, that is, what is travel literature or travel writing? And see, to put it in simple terms, travel literature or travel writing is nothing but literature or writing about travel, as simple as this. And see, travel writing or travel literature is a broad genre, a popular genre that is in the vogue, that is in the fashion. And this genre is currently flourishing and highly popular literary genre. So each year we find a new stream of travel writing flows into the society, written by new travelers, travel writers. So it's a genre that is in the fashion and that is in the work. And it deals with this genre deals with the theme of adventure and exploration, finding new experiences when one travels to a new place and traveling to exotic location. These are some of the common themes that are that we can identify within this genre. And this genre, travel writing, under this genre, travel writing collections involves both fictional and non-fictional texts. Okay. For instance, in fictional we have, or non-fictional we have travel book, travel diary, and travel blog, and travel related memoirs. And in under travel centric fiction we have novels, films, and short stories. And another important characteristic of travel writing is, see, travel writing is known for its heterogeneity, and it is very tough. It is not easy to provide a neat and unproblematic definition of what counts as travel writing. It is tough to give an unproblematic definition of travel writing because, see, it is travel writing or travel literature. It is a loose genre. It is a kind of generic label. And this genre, it embraces and it overlaps several other genres. And we can find travel in history, we can find travel in geography, we can find travel in science. So this genre of travel, it overlaps with all the other genres. We can find it in politics and every other genre. So it is tough to give an unproblematic definition to travel writing. And that is why Jonathan Raban, British travel writer, he writes, see, travel writing is a notoriously raffish open house where different genres are likely to end up in the same bed. That is, see, travel writing is a kind of an open house. It's a kind of a town hall where many people would come, right? Likewise, many genres converge into travel writing, and it accommodates the private diary, the essay, the short story, the prose poem, the rough note, even table talk without indiscriminate hospitality. So this genre of travel writing, it freely accommodates without any discrimination all the other genres. So private, it can be in the form of diary, as an essay, a short story, even poem, prose poem. A poem about travel is also a travel writing. Now I'll give you this example, and see, this poem, Childe Harold's Pilgrimage by Lord Byron, is an excellent example of travel writing. And see, this poem describes this Childe Harold's travels and reflection through the world. And see, this guy is very disillusioned with the life of pleasure and looks for foreign lands. He travels through the world, and he writes, in his travel, he says, there is a pleasure in the pathless woods. There is a rapture on the lonely shore. There is society where none intrudes by the deep sea, and music in its roar. I love not the man less, but the nature more. See, he tells, as he travels, he finds a pleasure in woods, a rapture in the lonely shore, and there's a society where none intrudes in wilderness. And he starts to love nature more. Okay, and it doesn't mean that he loves man less, but he loves the nature more. And travel gives you that kind of feeling when you travel. And from these are interviews in which I steal from all I may be or have been before, to mingle with the universe and feel what I can never express, yet cannot all conceal. So he says that this Childe Harold, he says that, see, as he travels and encounters and interviews with people and places, he tells that, see, when he mingles with the universe, he feels that he can never express his all, and still he cannot conceal it all. So that's the pleasure he gets from travel. And this record of this Childe Harold's Pilgrimage is a travel writing. that is in the form of poem. So we can understand that this travel writing accommodates private diary, essay, short story, prose from all forms that deals with travel. Okay. Now coming into a better understanding of travel writing. See, travel writing is a hybrid genre, and as we just saw, it is not just there is not just diversity in travel writings form. See, for instance, an essay, travel writing can be an essay or a poem or a short story or a novel or a diary, right? So travel writing is not just diverse in its form, but as well it's diverse in its thematic and tonal range. That is why Patrick Holland, he surveying travel writing in the late 20th century stresses the form embraces everything. Travel writing, the genre, it embraces, overlaps all other genre, from picaresque adventures to philosophical treatise, political commentary, ecological parable, and spiritual quest, while simultaneously borrowing freely from history, geography, anthropology, and social science. That's what I told you. See, it's not just in the difference is not just in the forms, but as well in the thematic and tonal range, because it's we can find travel in geography, in history, in anthropology, in social science, right? So the result is, see, we have a hybrid genre with us. Travel writing is a hybrid genre that straddles all categories and disciplines. So you cannot confine travel writing into a neat, simple definition. You cannot hold travel literature into a few characteristics, because since it overlaps, straddles all the categories. That is why, see, travel narratives, both oral and written, see, they have been around for millennia. See, people have been writing their travel experiences, writing about others' travel for millennia, but still it is very difficult for critics to agree on a common definition of travel writing. See, no discussion of travel writing seems complete without the critics remarking how difficult it is to determine the object of their study. That is the travel literature or travel writing. Now let us see a few remarks from travel writing critics. See, Carl Thompson, he remarks that the term travel writing or travel literature, it encompasses a bewildering diversity of forms, modes, and itineraries. For Patrick Holland and Graham Hughan, genre is notoriously refractory to definition. You can't give a certain definition. It is refractory to definition. And Michael Kowalski, he refers to its dauntingly heterogeneous character, and he points out how it borrows freely from memoir, journalism, letters, guidebooks, confessional narratives, and most important, fiction. Barbara Cote, she finds that the travel log is a genre not easily demarcated. Henrik Hughan referred to it as the most hybrid and unassimilable of literary genres. So travel writing is hard to define because, see, it is a hybrid genre. It is a heterogeneous genre. It is a loose genre that straddles, overlaps categories and disciplines. Okay. And travel writing is also called as travelogue, and the terms travelogue and travel books are often get conflated. Even E.M. Foster, he is so uncertain what to call these things. See, Paul Fussell, another travel writing critic, he in his book Abroad, in 1941 he calls them travelogues, but in 1949 he calls them travel book. So like E.M. Foster, Fussell conflates the term. He uses it as synonymously. So travel log is a truthful account of an individual's experiences traveling usually told in the past tense and in the first person. And a travelogue in its most basic form, it's a spoken or written account of a person or individual's travel experiences. And it can be in different forms. It can be in the form of a book, in the form of a blog or a diary or a journal, an article, an essay, podcast, lecture, and so a narrated slideshow, or in virtually every written or spoken form of creation. Now, to look at the etymology of travelogue, see, it comes from two English words, travel plus monologue. And monologue, in turn, comes from two Greek words, monos plus log. That means alone plus speech or word. So, monologue, travel monologue means a long narrative about travel. Travelogue means a long narrative about travel narrated by the traveler from the first person narration. Okay, so with this I'll stop. In my next lecture, I'll introduce you to different features of travel writing and mediums of travel writing. Okay, I stop here. Thank you.